I'm going to tell you something right now that is going to make you laugh and then make you furious and then make you feel like the most powerful person who has ever existed. Someone sent a person at you on purpose. They handpicked the most attractive, most charming person in their circle and deployed them towards you like a missile. The mission was simple: distract you, get your attention off track, see if you could be pulled. And the person they sent, the weapon they carefully selected and aimed at your life, that person took one look at you and defected. They went in as a soldier and came back as a casualty, and now the person who sent them is dealing with the fact that their best weapon just switched sides. I sat down this morning, and God would not let me move on until I recorded this for somebody. I don't know who needs this today, but I feel it so strongly that I had to come here first. My name is Ava. This is Archangel Blessings Light. Subscribe if you're new. I need you to stay for this. Thank you. You are the reason these messages keep reaching the people who need them. You hold this ministry up, and I feel it every single time I sit down to record. If you want to be part of that, link in the description. Now, before we go in, only take what resonates. Leave the rest, because what I'm about to share is coming straight from a place of divine direction, and it is not for everyone. But for whoever it is for you, already know. Before delving into the scheme that was devised against you, which I unequivocally refer to as a plot, it is essential to highlight the remarkable quality within you that thwarted this endeavor before it commenced. You possess a unique trait that eludes precise identification by most who encounter it, though it is not mere charisma, despite your evident charm, nor is it solely beauty, although you certainly embody that as well. It is an intrinsic energy you emanate, one that prompts those in your presence to be genuine and authentic, shedding any facades they may have entered with. Your influence encourages individuals to release their practiced personas, making them increasingly uncomfortable with pretense, akin to wearing a heavy coat in a warm room. This phenomenon arises from your genuine engagement, your attentive listening, and the way you respond to what people communicate, rather than simply performing their roles. The manner in which your gaze maintains connection reveals to others that you perceive the true self beneath their crafted appearance, making it physiologically challenging for them to maintain their facade around you. They may manage to sustain it briefly, perhaps for a few minutes or an hour, but as time passes in your aura, the dissonance between their false identity and their authentic self becomes more palpable. They face a choice: either to flee from that discomfort or surrender to it, with little room for ambivalence in your presence. However, this exceptional ability comes with its own burden. For every gift has a shadow, and yours is this. You have been subjected to repeated tests by individuals who should have been your protectors rather than your inquisitors. Situations have been engineered to scrutinize your responses, designed to identify flaws in your character, enticing you toward gossip, presenting opportunities for betrayal. These moments, where the easy decision diverged from the right one, have unfolded before watchful eyes, eager to see your choices. Temptations have been orchestrated to gauge your loyalty, integrity, and discipline, not out of genuine skepticism toward these qualities, but because your steadfastness incited suspicion. Your authenticity acts as a mirror, reflecting the divide between their false portrayals and their true selves, which is a reflection that many are reluctant to confront for extended periods. Consequently, they have subjected you to relentless testing. When their attempts to uncover a flaw were consistently met with confirmation of their secret apprehensions, that you are precisely who you present yourself to be, this only fueled their resentment rather than fostering trust. Your integrity became a source of discomfort for them, as it challenged their narrative that everyone wears a mask, suggesting that genuine authenticity is merely an illusion. For them to accept that reality would mean acknowledging that their manner of navigating the world is a deliberate choice rather than an inherent necessity, a truth they are ill-prepared to confront. Now, someone has escalated this testing to an unprecedented degree, introducing an entire individual into your life. strategically, not randomly. Let me elaborate on the developments. The card of number 17, the star, symbolizes hope and authenticity following destruction. You have navigated a challenging period of scrutiny and probing and have emerged intact, still undeniably yourself. The star heralds a forthcoming chapter in which your authenticity will not only be tested, but also recognized and celebrated. What others attempted to wield against you will, in fact, attract the right individuals toward you with an irresistible force. I keep sensing the initials S and V as significant to the orchestrator of this scheme. If that resonates with you, feel free to comment. It might also be linked to K or M, yet S and V appear particularly persistent. Now, allow me to recount the unfolding events, as the imagery is vivid, complex, and almost cinematic. A person in your vicinity, one who has observed you with a blend of jealousy and intrigue, decided to assess your magnetism by redirecting it. They enlisted the help of an attractive and charismatic friend, whom they anticipated would be captivating enough to divert your attention. Perhaps their intention was to test your focus on a project you're nurturing, or to expose an alleged lack of discipline, or potentially to create romantic chaos by introducing an unpredictable element into your love life that could destabilize perceived threats. Regardless of their specific motivations, layered as they are, they orchestrated the arrival of this individual with deliberate intent. Initially, this friend complied with the arrangement, drawn by various motivations, including a favor owed or a curiosity regarding you. However, the initial alignment soon unraveled when this supposed weapon entered your sphere. They anticipated performing, employing their usual tactics of eye contact, charming smiles, and the enthusiastic body language that charming individuals instinctively wield. For the first brief moments, they seemingly maintained control. Their performance seemed to work, not on you, but on themselves. They were executing a familiar script, one ingrained through experiences of leveraging beauty in social interactions. However, an unexpected shift occurred in this interaction. You engaged with them, but not as someone typically would when confronted by an attractive individual. Rather than becoming flustered or altering your demeanor, you remained resolutely yourself. You interacted with them in the same genuine manner that you extend to anyone, demonstrating warmth and authentic eye contact that transcends mere performative gestures. You posed an inquiry, perhaps an innocent one about them, and you listened earnestly. Not in a manner that suggests you're merely waiting for your turn to respond, but in a way that revealed your attention to the deeper meanings behind their words. In that moment, when they, accustomed to being admired, felt truly seen, something within them shifted dramatically. I sense a strong presence of Libra and Gemini energy surrounding the friend who is sent. These air signs are social, charming, and adaptable, much like fish swimming effortlessly in water. For some of you, there may also be elements of Leo or Sagittarius. However, the dominant energies are undeniably Libra and Gemini, embodying individuals who are genuinely captivating and accustomed to being the center of attention in any interaction, having never needed to vie for it. Yet, for the first time in what seems like an eternity, perhaps even the first time ever, they have encountered someone who has outshined them, not through deliberate charm or superior strategy, but by simply existing without any pretense. Your authentic, unembellished energy disarmed everything they brought to the table. It's impossible to outshine someone who doesn't intentionally radiate charm. You cannot surpass someone who isn't performing, nor can you prevail in a competition against someone who remains blissfully unaware of it. This realization struck this friend like an unexpected wave, leaving them submerged and overwhelmed. In the space between their calculated approach and the moment your energy struck them with full force, something shifted profoundly within them, something the orchestrator never anticipated. They experienced an unfamiliar kind of attraction, no longer the familiar, manageable infatuation where they maintain control. This was an authentic, cellular connection, their first true interest in another person rather than a performative facade. The distinction is akin to watching a fire flicker on a screen versus standing close enough to feel the warmth alter your skin's temperature. Performative interest comes with a goal: to elicit a response, achieve an objective, and report back. Genuine interest, conversely, is a captured attention drawn to something inexplicable, something they do not wish to release. For the first time, this friend finds themselves holding genuine interest, feeling utterly unprepared because they have never experienced it before. The number 9 symbolizes completion. The mission has reached its conclusion, albeit not as initially intended. The expectation was that you would be the distraction. Instead, it concluded with their weapon neutralized. The number 9 indicates that the cycle of testing you through others is permanently closing. What lies ahead is a cycle where such tests cease because your energy is too formidable to be manipulated. Here's where things become intricate and beautiful simultaneously. The friend sent to distract you returned to the orchestrator, but their report was unexpected. They did not claim to have accomplished the mission, nor did they boast about the ease of their task or their ability to charm you if they wished. Instead, they returned altered, quieter, noticeably distracted. The orchestrator perceived the change, the shift in their friend's energy. They noted the vague and curt report, and when your name surfaced afterward, they saw their friend's countenance soften, pause, and momentarily lose their practiced composure. It struck the orchestrator with unsettling clarity that their plan hadn't merely failed, it had backfired catastrophically. They now faced 2 complications instead of 1. You remain steadfast and undistracted as before, while their most alluring friend has now become your admirer, not your pursuer, something far worse that cannot be undone. This friend, now genuinely affected by you, cannot unsee what they have witnessed. I continue to sense Scorpio and Capricorn energy surrounding the orchestrator. These energies, characterized by strategy and patience, may also involve Virgo or Cancer for some. The orchestrator, like a chess master positioning pieces rather than playing directly, finds their pawn has gone rogue. The number 3 signifies divine alignment. This is significant because it means there are now 3 individuals entangled in this narrative: the orchestrator, the friend they sent, and you. That divine alignment signals that all 3 of you are precisely where you need to be. The orchestrator is learning the consequences of trying to manipulate elements that are divinely protected. The friend is experiencing genuine interest for the first time, discovering what it feels like to encounter someone who cannot be performed for. And you, whether you are aware of it or not, are learning that your energy is so potent that it can turn an adversary's weapon into an ally without any effort on your part. Now, I must share what this friend is feeling because this is where the reading takes an unexpected turn that deserves attention, as Spirit insists. This friend, initially intended as a distraction and a tool, is developing feelings for you that lie far beyond their original purpose. These burgeoning emotions are thoroughly confusing, destabilizing their sense of self since they entered the scenario with a script that has now dissolved upon contact with you, leaving them standing in uncharted territory with genuine emotions for someone they were meant to manipulate. The discord between these 2 realities, the mission and the emotional experience, is causing a profound inner conflict. The guilt associated with the initial objective is colliding with the authenticity of their feelings, resulting in a tumultuous mix of emotions that disrupts their sleep in unprecedented ways. They are grappling with feelings of dishonesty and shame stemming from the pretense that initiated this situation. Now, every interaction with you, every genuine laugh, every heartfelt conversation, and every meaningful connection is overshadowed by the awareness that their initial approach was contrived. They did not come into your life by choice, but rather because they were directed towards you. Despite the depth of their current feelings, which are undeniably real, straightforward, and overwhelming, the truth of how it all began looms large, and they are burdened by the duality of these realities. They long to share the complete truth with you, the circumstances that led to your paths crossing, why they appeared when they did, and the identities of those who influenced their arrival. Most importantly, they wish to express that what began as a favor to someone else has evolved into the most sincere feelings they have ever experienced. They desire to clarify the origins of this connection, hoping that a confession can pave the way for a more honest relationship rather than one built upon hidden truths. However, the fear of risking it all weighs heavily on them. They worry that the revelation of their origins might overshadow the genuine bond that has developed. There is an acute anxiety about being perceived as the tool that was wielded against you, rather than as an individual who has truly come to care for you. This fear is what holds them back from being completely transparent, and they are acutely aware that time is running out. The truth has its own timeline and will emerge inevitably. They recognize that it would be far more beneficial for you to learn this truth from them rather than from the person who orchestrated their involvement with you. The orchestrator is beginning to appear desperate enough to manipulate the truth, just as they tried to exploit the friend sent to connect with you. As they contemplate these matters, they sense a strong connection to the number 11, a sign that this experience transcends mere romance and serves as a lesson in divine protection. You have been targeted. Someone attempted to direct something harmful your way. Yet the universe, the same force that has consistently safeguarded you, intercepted this threat, not by deflecting it, but by transforming it. The weapon meant to harm you became a gift, the trap turned into an opportunity, and the individual intended to divert your focus may, in fact, evolve into one of the most meaningful relationships in your life this year. This represents the extent of your protection. The divine does not simply shield you from negative influences, but reconfigures them into something that benefits you. Meanwhile, the originator of this situation must witness the transformation unfold from a distance, fully aware of their role in it. This is not just karma, it is divine comedy. In a surprise twist, vivid imagery arises, a scene of you in your bathroom, singing unabashedly in the shower, not performing but exercising uninhibited joy. The kind of singing that only occurs when one believes, without a doubt, that no one else can hear it, incorrect lyrics and all. The friend who is sent to you, who has unexpectedly developed deep feelings, imagines the sound of your voice not as it is in public conversations, but in that private space, beyond a locked door, accompanied by the soothing rhythm of running water. They envision themselves in the next room, smiling at the thought of that authentic, joyful sound, a version of you that is solely theirs. They yearn to be the person who hears that unique melody every day for the rest of their life, cherishing that raw essence rather than the public persona shaped by external influences. That is the version that has captivated them profoundly. They are beginning to realize that their feelings for you encompass more than mere attraction. They bear a sense of responsibility. They feel a duty to acknowledge the truth of their past actions in relation to who you truly are, as opposed to who they were led to believe you were. This growing sense of accountability is bound to eventually outweigh their fears about revealing the truth, though perhaps not today, but soon. If these words resonate with you, if you find yourself astonished, please comment with both of them, a phrase that resonates throughout this narrative. The individual who empowered their friend miscalculated, while the friend who is sent has genuinely fallen for you. Both are now confronting the aftermath of underestimating your strength. Please engage with this content and subscribe, as there is still much to unravel from the insights being shared. I affirm that you are not a person easily manipulated, not due to wariness, but because your authentic nature disrupts insincerity upon contact. Those who enter your life with an agenda find their intentions rendered insignificant, and those aimed to distract you ultimately end up feeling diverted themselves. This is not simply a skill you possess. It is an intrinsic part of who you are, one that cannot be forged or diminished. What is meant for you is already on its way, and the timing is impeccably aligned. You are surrounded by protective energies so robust that even potential threats transform into blessings. Your presence here is not an accident. It was intentional. Share this message with someone who needs assurance that what was once designed to ensnare them has, in fact, become a testimony of resilience. Remember to like this, subscribe, and consider contributing to support our journey. Thank you, and I look forward to our next encounter. Embrace it.